So, of all the loser Donalds I've done, this one is among the most atrocious. So, back in 2009, John Travolta and Kelly Preston's son passed away, Jet Travolta, and Donald Trump decided back then that he was going to write a blog about it. Now, you're not going to be able to believe what he wrote about. He wrote about a time when he was trying to have sex with Kelly Preston. Oh, God, have you no decency? Jesus Christ. This is his condolence blog to her when her son passed away. So I'm going to quote you, the blog itself. He writes, "I've always respected people who were loyal and faithful, which brings to mind Kelly Preston. A long time ago, before I was married, I met Kelly Preston at a club and worked like hell to try and pick her up. She was beautiful, personable, and definitely had allure. At the time, I had no idea she was married to John Travolta." I don't believe that part. Okay, but at this point, her son has passed away. Why are we talking about how hot she is? Okay, then he goes on to say, "In any event, my track record on this subject has always been outstanding." Oh my God, you're going to brag about how you are able to pick up hot women in your condolence letter about her son, her teenage son, that she's got to be devastated at his loss. He continues, "My track record on this subject has always been outstanding, but Kelly wouldn't give me the time of day. She was very nice, very elegant, but I didn't have a chance with her, and that was that." People who reject him, he respects more. So if you make the mistake of supporting him or giving him money or maybe voting for him, he loses all respect for you. He's like, what kind of a loser doesn't realize what kind of a loser I am and gives me money or respect or their vote? If you reject him, he's like, well, okay, that person knows what they're doing. So he says, "When I later found out she was married to John, I liked and respected her even more. Some people have values that matter to them, and she's one of them. Her loyalty was unwavering, and I have always remembered that about her." Now, at this point, you're a Trump supporter. You got to be thinking, no, come on. This gent guy, he doesn't like Donald Trump. He's biased. He's making this up. Who's going to write a blog like this? No, it had nothing to do with the death. It was just at another time or something. Here's the end of the blog. "I'm sure she was a wonderful mother to Jet, and my thoughts are with her and her family after their terrible loss." Now, that's, of course, after I told you this long story about how I tried to have sex with her, and she had enough self-respect not to do that. I made that the entire focus of this blog. And then I talked about how normally I do get laid, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I guess condolences about your son, whatever. He's such a bad guy. And, as usual, a loser. Didn't get what he wanted. Okay, buyer beware.